First things first, on today's video, I do not want you to harass anyone or go brigadiering on anyone that I show in this video. But we need to talk about one of the mystery shirt boxes because there's a little bit of an issue, it seems, and I'm going to put it out there. We might not have the full picture here. So I'm just going to show you what's going on. Now, this is a mystery shirt company that I have used before and I have been a bit critical of. It's Shirt in a Box. If you don't know, we got a couple of shirts from them. It took over a month for the first one to arrive. I thought I'd been scammed. When it eventually did arrive, it was the one that was in the Classic Football Shirts weekly sale 2 weeks earlier. They'd been out of stock of medium shirts, and finally they did get some, and they just happened to be the ones that were in the Classic Football Shirts sale. They said they can't help what's in the... I mean, obviously they can't, but when they advertised it as a premium. Anyway, I'm beside the point. The other one was a Napoli shirt, which was missing all of the tags and authenticity, so I can't even check it. I can't resell it, can't do anything with it, because it could be a fake. I don't know if it's a fake. Apparently they're real. If you saw that video a while back, I had confirmation from a couple other sellers that these came from the factory, but I don't know why. I mean, why are they missing the labels? It's very, very strange. On to today. This is a bit of a different one. This is actually about the business of the company themselves and how they work with, in this case, a visual artist. So it came about because I noticed that the reviews page was getting bombarded with people saying that the owner, whose name is Rory, please don't message him or contact him on the back of this. Please don't go brigadiering as well. You know, until you've got the full picture, I would strongly recommend not doing that. But apparently he hasn't paid the visual artist. So let's go have a look at least at the post. So this is where I found it. I think actually I can find the original, but we can grab it just here. So here we go. I'm going to try and zoom in. So right, this is the post. I mean, you can see if you go on their comments, they've got 192 comments on their most recent one, and it's all like people just saying how they scammed this visual artist. So this is the guy, John Aldwin Battler. Basically, he's in the Philippines. There's a website called onlinejobs.ph. If I open that, I can show it to you. It's a job board for the virtual workers in the Philippines. Sorry if I just blinded everyone with the light mode on that website. But you can just search for work in the Philippines. And obviously people do that because probably the work there is a bit cheaper than if you hire someone in the UK or whatever. So October 14th, which is what, 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago, Rory McLaughlin, which is the owner of Shirt in the Box, I believe they're based in Northern Ireland, reached out to me on onlinejobs.ph with a job opportunity. He proposed a 2 week paid trial at the rate of $7.50. So according to this, and this is where I'm going to add the caveat, according to this, the 2 week paid trial was at a rate of $7.50. So there was the trial is paid. Generally, I believe you should pay people for the trial period. You could agree an amount, and then if they go through it, then you pay. Obviously, they don't do the work, you don't pay them. And maybe this is where we were going to look at this. We connected on Slack, where he assigned a task creating 10 static ads in 9:16 ratio. So we can actually see those bits here. This is the connection on Slack. I believe that's the first one. Oh, here we go. We have the message first in. I think this is the message first in Discord or in Slack. That's Slack, isn't it? In Slack, and then John accepting the. I don't know if John is in the Philippines. It doesn't look. I mean, maybe he just has an anglicized name, but you know, here we go. So there's the conversation with Rory, and he asks what time it is, you know, what hours you want to work. So they're obviously arranging work time with UK time zone, at 9 a.m. UK time zone, so that's 4 p.m. So he's in the Philippines. He's going to send the task across, right? So create 10 static ads for the USA store for mystery shirt in a box, okay? 10 static ads for the USA store on mystery shirt in the box. Save the designs to a Google Drive. Or critique it. That way you can get better. I don't like this line. That way you can get better. I mean, it's very like you're talking to someone who should be a professional visual artist, but whatever. Like, I mean, I wouldn't, if I was hiring a visual artist, I wouldn't be saying, oh, I can critique it and you can get better, like before you've even seen anything. But maybe that's it, right? You know, he's asking the right questions, asking the colors, the font, aligning with brand identity. Like, he's not really given anything else. We don't know what's in here. It might be some more stuff in the task. We can't see that again. We might not have all the information here. But My brand identity is Poppins, gold color, black, white, and then bright colors. So he creates the ads, puts them in a Google Drive, which we can look at. He's actually shared the Google Drive with us. We can look at it. So he says, firstly, the website is wrong. That's our UK website. Okay, fine. Maybe that was in the brief. We don't know. Too much text on the graphic. There's a phone on the graphic. And then, he's put these quotes on which we can look at in a minute. One nation, one team. I mean, so this becomes a problem, this website thing. So we go on to the next page. Like, just take the link off the graphic. Don't ever put web addresses in graphics. I mean, if that was the case, like, why say, or like, just say that the first time, right? Don't have to say .co.uk rather than .com. Like, it's a very weird way of conversing. Like, it's not really constructive criticism, is it? It's a bit harsh. I mean, John's fine. Like, understood. Thank you, Rory. Included a total of 4 sets of ads in the folder, including 916 versions. Same link. So the 10 static ads are there. Please review them and let them know for improvement. So we have this message from Rory, which is the Google Drive. Now we can't see this bit here. We don't have access to this bit. I'm just going through the ads one by one, review them and critique different bits and what's good, okay? Thank you for feedback. Could you provide some examples of static ads they find appealing? Help us better align our content creation. So he's asking for feedback and he's going to like do the work. And then he spends a couple hours on it, updating the ads. So he does the revisions that Rory has asked for, right? And then we come forward to October 19th, so a couple of days. He's created a few additional samples in the folder. And then to what I believe is today or yesterday, I hope you're doing well. I wanted to follow up regarding my role on the team. It's now been a week without response to my previous messages. So Rory just stopped replying, right? Or I need to update if my involvement is still needed. Please feel free to reach out to me at ILS Convenience. I'm committed to assuring everything runs smoothly, and I look forward to hearing from you. Like the message from John is fine. I mean, maybe he didn't do the work in the way that they wanted, but like whatever, like it's fine. Yes, John, your services are no longer needed. This may change. We'd like to keep this channel open, see what it does. Okay, so that's fine. Like, I mean, it's not the best way of communicating it again, but okay, fine. Like, the agreement is that they don't need John anymore. But this was still supposed to be paid, right? So I understand you were able to communicate more so we can make things better. Still very interested in contributing. In the meantime, as we discussed, I'm expecting agreed upon $750. Okay. For the trial period, as I set aside opportunities to dedicate full 2 weeks to your company, which you would have done, right? You can send the money. You did one task, you won't be getting $750. So it depends, like, whether the $750 was agreed for one thing, like all these thumbnails or pictures with revisions, or whether the $750 was supposed to be something else. I mean, like, if I was, the thing is, you should still pay him something, even if it's not the $750. You got to come to an agreement, right? Like, you don't just leave it on this. I understand that I completed one task, but that's not my responsibility. I dedicated 2 full weeks. And they did, like, it's not, Rory just didn't respond to him. Like, he could have told him 2 weeks earlier he didn't need him anymore or whatever. Clarify, I could have earned more had I not made this commitment, which is fine, but, maybe he doesn't need the $750. I wait for the payment of the week. I wait for the work by the end of the week. No future work for you now. Like, and there's a donut. I don't know what the donut means. Does it mean donut? Is he calling him a donut? I don't know. It's just not, it's like, I mean, the whole thing, right? Whether it's obviously a disagreement between the two of them, but I think only one party in this has acted professionally the whole time, not even from the start, right? Like, that's the thing, and it's not the one whose English is the first language, right? I don't know if John's English is his first language, but if he's from the Philippines, I'd guess not. So let's see, you did 10 statics, happy to pay for them, even though... So he says he's going to pay for them. He had 2 revisions, never did them. But he did do... The revisions were done like 31 times. All the evidence. So he did do the revisions, right? So they're all there. So this is where we're at. And then, I mean, I sort of understand. So if you like, so these are the pictures. Now, I will go out there and say, not all... Let's shrink it down so we can see. Not all of these are great. Like, the render on this one isn't great. It's got, like, I don't know what it's doing with his head. But some of them are pretty good. Like, that's all right. Like, the outline on this looks a lot better than the one from before. But then there again, like this one, like, look at the box there. Like, I remember I wondered for a minute if it was from my own thumbnail from a few weeks back, because I just didn't bother cutting the edge of the box properly. and I'd wondered if that's what he'd done. He just like copied and pasted it in off my one, but I think mine has got like a different edge. Yeah, like some of these are good though. Like that one's good. Like, you know, some of these are absolutely fine. Like, you know, that's fine. That looks good. Like, and if the text is the problem, just ask for different. Like, just say what slogan you want or whatever, right? Like, I think he's gone out his way to make these slogans. Like, that looks fine. That looks nice. Like, so not all of them are good, but whatever. Like, you know, enough of them are like. I mean, there's what 1, 2. There's how many there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's like, how many are there? It did say 31, but I think it's 31. There's what, 20 there? Oh, here we go. There's in a second folder. So there's a second folder of stuff as well, of different things, which is interesting. Like, again, look, like different interesting, different stuff. Like, yeah, these are different approaches. Some of these are pretty good. So yeah, like, yeah, I mean, that looks fine, right? So yeah, that's sort of where we're at, and it looks like the page for Mystery Shirt in a Box has been absolutely blasted now. If we go on to the reviews, and you can see here 24% recommended. It was higher than that before. It wasn't like top, but you know, exploiting graphic, you know, just look like endless pay your graphic designers. Oops. Like, isn't Facebook's not going to let me go any further without me showing you guys all of my personal details. But you can see, like, it's been absolutely review bombed. Everything on there is like, pay a graphic designer, pay a graphic designer. So John goes on to say he did the first drive, did the feedback, made the revisions same day. Then it was just silence. Did different designs, 31 ads in the first week, no response. You know, you think he might be busy. 2 weeks dedicated full time. I don't like this bit. I don't get, like, dedicating two weeks full time to his role. Like, if he hadn't heard back and he wasn't responding, like, I mean, there's a gap there. There's a bit there that doesn't quite make sense to me. Like, so that's the only bit about this that question. I like looking at the text, the messages between them. I don't think that Mystery Shirt in a Box communicated particularly well. Rory communicated particularly well, but on the other side, I think, like, I mean, did he dedicate 2 weeks full time to it? Like, he did the revisions all in one day and then did nothing else since? You know, tried to be patient, thinking he might be busy. I mean, after a day or two, you'd probably send a message if you were waiting and you'd agreed to work. I think, like, I mean, this bit we didn't see. I even offered to accept half the amount, right? But instead of negotiating, he blocked me on Slack. We didn't see that bit, but that's the bit that makes me think, right, I mean, he should, like, at least come to some kind of agreement. Like, pay him 100, pay him 200, pay him 300, you know, pay him half. Like, whatever you think, like, you should still compensate him for some of his time, right? And he implied I mean, the revisions are there. We can see the revisions, you know, and he did those. So yeah, this is interesting, and I like. I mean, I'm not going to be using Mystery Shirt in a Box again anyway, because my experience with them was pretty negative overall. I felt like, you know, with the shirts that I got, with the Napoli shirt, with the correspondence on social media, I had to message them a few times through WhatsApp, through Instagram, through other platforms. It just wasn't great. And then, you know, when they sent through a code, they didn't work, or you had to pay extra postage. So you couldn't really exchange shirts like they said you could. And I think this is just like another nail in the coffin of this company, wherever this sits on there, like, however far along, you know, and maybe there's more to come out of this, but, you know, I think at least, like, the agreement should have been to pay this guy something, right? You know, some of the work's decent, some of the work, you know, probably could have been used. I've seen the stuff they use. It's not like much different, and even if it's not, like, you just say, I'm sorry, the work's not up to what we want. I'll pay you this, you know, we won't use, like, the guy said maybe we have work for you in the future. I mean, if it was that bad, he wouldn't have said that, right? Like, that's, or you wouldn't have commented on any revisions. You would have just said, sorry, the work's not good enough. Here's a day's pay, and that's it. Like, you'd part ways. You're done. So yeah, Mystery Shirt in a Box. I've got another one of these videos coming up, but it's a different company. And it's a completely different issue. But some of these mystery shirt boxes are dodgy. Not all of them. So there are some good ones. But yeah, you've probably seen some of the other videos on the channel. The next one's probably the worst one. So Stay tuned for that. Not the next video. I've just realized I've got another mystery shirt box video coming up that's absolutely fine. But there will be the next company that I've not looked at before. It's one I've not looked at before is the worst one. If you want to check out all my other mystery shirt stuff, make sure you check out this playlist right here. It's got like unboxings from lots of different companies. Go check it out. And, you know, make your mind up. Like, go read the reviews. Go check out these companies. Make sure you get one that you're happy with. Look at what our customers are actually getting in the boxes, not what the boxes promise.